Mitch McConnell. All right, we gonna span all across right now, but first we're gonna bring our legislative branches to the front of the congregation, and we're going to continue to acknowledge cash apps and super chats for everybody to contribute. I do not ask for it, but I got to make sure that I acknowledge you guys because you guys are absolutely awesome. Also, shout out to Tommy for the 20 ball on Cash App, and shout out to Stephen Clay. I appreciate you for the 20 ball. Thank you, my friend, on Cash App. Mitch McConnell. How old is Mitch McConnell? Let me look this up real quick. Mitch McConnell is 81 years old. 81 years old. Now, when he froze up the first time, I didn't trip about it because I was just like, listen, he old. He going to have some handlers. Maybe somebody is going to whisper in his ear and say, hey, Mitch, it's time for you to sit down. Then Mitch froze up again. Just recently, again. Another time within the last 2 months. Mitch froze up again. 81 years old. How old is Biden? Let me look up Biden. Biden is 80 years old. 80 years old. Let me play the story before I start giving my commentary. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get it rocking, y'all.
To another alarming moment, this one involving Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell appearing to freeze again in front of reporters, appearing unable to answer a question for more than 30 seconds. And so Rachel Scott tonight on Capitol Hill with more on McConnell's condition now.
Tonight, new questions about the health of the Senate's top Republican Mitch McConnell after he froze in front of the cameras, seemingly unable to speak for the second time in just over a month.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Did you hear the election? Did you hear the question, Senator? Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026. Sir, did you hear the question? This is the second time that this junk done happened. Biden be getting off the helicopter, tripping up the steps to go on a plane, to get on Air Force One. Listen, y'all, politics aside, these people are too old. We need term limits for these people. And more importantly, I believe just as much as we have a age limit to where you can run, as you know, the minimum age in which you can run for president, we need a maximum age to where you age out. There's no reason these people should be dying in office. There's no reason that these people that can't ride a bike should be able to manage the country, and they don't even have all of their cognitive functions. What the fuck is going on? I don't care what side of the aisle you on. Listen. Biden is 80 years old. He can't walk by himself without having an aide. Mitch McConnell is 81 years old, and he's freezing up on national TV. So if he's freezing up right here, then you know that he's been doing it behind the scenes for an extended period of time. This ain't the first time that he froze up just because he on TV twice. If y'all don't know that this man is freezing up a whole lot of times behind the scenes and at home, fam, they are freezing up. So I'm a little worried, and I'm going to tell you why I'm worried. But I'm going to tell you after I continue to play this video.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Yep.
Look, he can't even move. He can't move.
I'm going to head outside, so come with us.
The senator ultimately taking a few questions before being led away. Last month, a similar episode on Capitol Hill. McConnell freezing for 20 seconds, unable to finish his sentence.
Are you good? Mitch?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should I just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
McConnell's office telling ABC News, in both instances, the senator just felt lightheaded. But concern is growing for the 81-year-old leader, who has had a series of health scares this year. A fall in March left him with a concussion and fractured rib. He spent weeks in rehab. Then in July, another fall on an airport jet bridge. And sources tell us that for months, the senator has sometimes used a wheelchair. McConnell's office tells me that he does plan to see a physician before his next event. Leaders on both sides of the aisle wishing him well today. President Biden saying while he disagrees with McConnell politically, he does consider him a good friend. But this is certainly putting a spotlight on the age and the health of leaders on both sides of the aisle, including the frontrunners in the race for the White House. President Biden is 80, Donald Trump is 77. David?
Rachel Scott, live on the Hill. Everyone wishing.
Mitch McConnell's net worth is allegedly, hold on. It's estimated to be over $35 million. Man, if you don't sit the hell down. Mitch McConnell's net worth is allegedly the equivalent of about $35 million according to multiple different sites on the internet. First of all, I'm just curious how you accumulate $35 million by being a senator, by being a public servant. How do you accumulate over $35 million as a lifetime public servant? How? How is that? Mitch McConnell and his wife, Elaine, have jointly amassed a substantial net worth ranging up to $54 million according to their latest publicly accessible financial disclosure agreement from May 2018. Estimates suggest that Mitch McConnell's personal net worth, even without his wife, stands at over $35 million. How? Why is everybody that is in your legislative branches for an extended period of time net worth just absolutely exploding? How is that a thing? How is that possible?
Jim McConnell, well, Rachel, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
I don't understand. Why is an 81-year-old man still seeking re-election? Why is an 80-year-old Biden seeking re-election? Honestly, y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I honestly think that it's a strong possibility. It is a strong possibility that these people might not even be people, yo. These might not even be. These might be Manchurian candidates that's malfunctioning in front of it. Why would they want an 81-year-old man to continue to run for public office? Why would they want this man in office? Why would they want an 81-year-old man to seek re-election in 2026? When he's going to be what? 84? He keep falling down the jet bridge. He can't ride a bike. He can't walk down the street by himself. Why do we not have term limits as far as... I got another video where allegedly a doctor is explaining exactly what it is that's wrong with Mitch McConnell. I want to play that video.
So as we have
quickly.
been reporting here on News Center 5 tonight, great to have you, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
Right off the top, let's be very clear. The 81-year-old senator is not your patient, right? Mm-hmm. You haven't seen him. He's not your patient, right?
That's correct.
But after seeing this video, you're a decorated professional. After seeing this video, what questions do you have?
Yeah, well, I saw this video as well as the one from a month or so ago, and this fits into
I'm reading Super Chat shortly.
a category of a neurological spell. That means he's fine, something happens, and then he's fine again. I'm presuming that he's not like this all the time. And the collection of explanations for these brief spells is not very large. The details that I would need to know to explain it would have to come from him, as well as from what others have observed around.
How can you give the details from him and this man can't even form a sentence? Who in their right mind is still letting this man walk around make decisions on behalf of the country? And he's a Senate majority leader? Man.
So doctor, and again, you're not his doctor, but as you know, we only have a few pieces of the puzzle here. So far, his office has confirmed at least 3 falls this year, including one in March that left him with a concussion and broken ribs. And then last month, he appeared to have, and you were saying that you had just seen this as well, that incident similar to the one today, where he froze mid-sentence during a press conference, seemed disoriented and confused. So do you...
I bet you he can't even dress himself. I bet you that he can't even dress himself. I bet you he can't even go to the restroom by himself. He can't even move. I bet you that he can't even dress himself and that he can't even go to the restroom by himself. Come on, man.
Do you think that these separate events could possibly be related?
They could possibly be related. And I don't think that whatever's causing this to happen caused the fall, but the fall and the head injury could theoretically be related to these episodes. Frankly, I think the most likely explanation is little tiny seizures, which are electrical changes in the brain.
TIAs?
Come and go.
The TIAs?
No, TIA is a blood flow problem.
Oh.
And I think that's less likely because if he's having the same spell over and over, it's more likely to be a seizure than it is to be a blood flow.
So this dude is having seizures on the podium and possible strokes on the podium. And y'all think that these people are okay to actually be able to vote on and elect and craft the policies that then govern our country. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. If we don't get these people out of office, here's my question. How are y'all voting these people in office? Why are y'all voting these people in there? You know what? I'm not even going to hold Mitch McConnell accountable. I'm just going to say that the majority of people that vote are stupid. Let me just be not so politically correct. Y'all are voting like idiots. The majority of the people that are voting are idiots. Flat out. If you voted for Mitch McConnell, then you are a fool. Listen, we don't need no term limits. We need term limits on the people that's voting for these people in office. Why are y'all voting this man in office? Why is he y'all pick? He can't even stand up in a debate. Y'all the ones that voted him in. It's not even their fault. Listen, if you telling me that this man can win in 2026 and that's cool with y'all? Come on, man. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all voting Mitch McConnell in there? I got a better question for you. Why did you vote Biden in there? Biden is 80 years old. He looks like a walking corpse. He looks like death breathed on him and just froze the outside and then he let the inside still function a little bit. He looked like Dracula drained his blood and put some hair on his head in the corpse and then started to operate on his body. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why are y'all torturing these old people? Would you let you won't even let your grandmother make a decision on what's behalf on the family. Y'all be like, grandma is just old. She crazy. Don't worry about her. She out of her mind. It ain't her fault. Grandma's old and crazy. It ain't her fault. Man, my mama can't even tell us what to do no more. I'll be like, hey, ma, we got this. The fellas come together. We make a decision on what's best for the family. Me and my brothers all come together. The wives sit there and they take care of, they sit there and they have a conversation with mom. And mom has all of her functions. She is in absolute phenomenal shape. My mom at like 60 can't even tell us what it is to do. At 60 something, about to be 70, can't even say what the fuck is going to happen with the family. And y'all letting these corpses up here tell y'all what to do. They are the leaders of the world. They determining how it is that we going to have our policies, what's going to happen with the student loans, who we going to go to war with, when we going to hit the button, and they can't even walk up the steps. They can't walk down the jet bridge without falling for themselves. They need to be in care. At 80 years old, listen, if you see me streaming on YouTube at 80, it's a problem. Get me the fuck up out of here. Give me a term. We need term limits on content creators. If you see a motherfucker live streaming on YouTube at 80 years old, get him up out of there. He not in his right mind. He shouldn't even be there. Is nothing that you should want to do on YouTube at 80. Is nothing that you should want to do from a policy perspective at 80. Is no reason for you to be online at 80. You need to be somewhere shaking your tail feather on a nude beach, not caring about what people think about you and moving accordingly. Is nothing that you should be doing at 80 except for enjoying yourself. You shouldn't be making no decisions. You shouldn't even be feeding yourself. The only thing you need at 80 is Viagra and Cialis. Other than that, go and have some fun. What are you sitting here still having a conversation about? Get some Viagra and Cialis and dance, bro. Go have a good time. You ain't got much time left. Go get right with God. Go get right with God. Ask for forgiveness for all of the shit that you drove us through as far as this economy in order to enrich yourself, you and your friends. Ask God for forgiveness for all of the bribes that you took and for all of the payouts that you got in order to let lobbyists continue to ruin the country on the behalf of the middle class and forcing them to pay taxes while you over there enriching yourself. Go ahead and ask God for forgiveness. Go to your preacher, go to the teacher, go to the Catholic Church, go to communion, take your last bit of bread and wine, and go and chill the fuck out, man. You don't even need teeth at 80. Ain't nothing for you to say. You don't even need teeth at 80. It's nothing for you to say. Everything that you eat should be soft serve. Ice cream, applesauce, juice. You know what I'm saying? I got better things to do. Listen, man. I got better things to do at 80 than to sit here and fucking rock out with y'all. That's just my thoughts.